Indutrade's net sales for the third quarter 2013 rose 8% to 2,148 million Swedish krona. For comparable units, the increase was marginal. Operating profit before amortization of intangible non-current assets attributable to acquisitions, EBITDA, rose 15% to 252 million krona. The operating margin, EBITDA, amounted to 11.7%. The after-tax result rose 14% to 145 million krona, and earnings per share amounted to 3.65 krona. Well, as you heard, the result for the third quarter of 2013 was an improvement on the same quarter last year. This positive development, already seen in the second quarter, thus continues with both a good order intake, improved operating margin, and a better after-tax result. The figure for the first 9 months of 2013 has also improved compared to 2012. Net sales rose by 6%, operating profit rose by 10%, and the operating EBITDA margin was 10.9%, also an improvement. CEO Johnny Alvarsson, what do you think is the main driver behind the positive development during the third quarter and for 2013 as a whole?
Continuous strong growth within the energy segment, particularly with high-pressure steam valves for power stations. We are currently expanding our factory in South Korea to be able to take on more customers. Yet another factor is the strong growth in Switzerland, which continued during the third quarter. And finally, the acquisitions made by the industrial components and special products business areas.
As in earlier quarters, the energy sector continues to develop very positively. Also pleasing are the signs of recovery shown by the process industry after a weak performance several quarters in a row. Indutrade is of the opinion that this sector may now have passed its lowest point. However, everything related to the forest industry continues to show weak development. Both the equipment and paper and pulp industries continue to struggle in the headwinds, and Indutrade's other business areas show a moderate but positive development. Within the Nordic region, Indutrade's largest market, Sweden and to some degree Norway, show weak but positive development, while Denmark and Finland, with its strong forestry-linked industry, showed continued weak development. At the moment, Indutrade is experiencing better earnings from its businesses outside the Nordic region. Countries with good performance are Switzerland, the United Kingdom, Ireland and the US. During 2013, Indutrade made 6 acquisitions. The Norwegian company Thermotech, selling products and services within the thermal sector, machinery services and assembly tools for screw joints for the Norwegian oil and gas industry. The Irish technology sales company ESI Technologies, with flow technology a focus of their operations. AMAB, a Swedish market leader providing monitoring, safety and other systems to the health sector. Operations from micro-joining suppliers of bonding components and materials. Medexa, a company within the area of high-tech medical care equipment, whose focus is postpartum care and ultrasound. And the Dutch company Kin Pompentechniek, suppliers of leading brands of pumps. The lower number of acquisitions during 2013 is due to fewer buying options on the market for company sales during the year. However, Indutrade sees good opportunities for acquisitions on the markets outside the Nordic region. Turning again to Johnny Alvarsson, the energy sector has shown very strong performance, including your operations on the North American market. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the United States appeared as a new market in these segments a few years ago now. The remarkable growth of the shale gas and oil will benefit us further. Thanks to the extremely professional Dutch company HP Valves, we are gaining market segments.
The wind power industry is also showing signs of recovery. What impact is this having on Indutrade's business?
We have 3 companies in particular benefits. We have 3 companies in particular that benefits from this. One of the manufactures ice detection equipment, another that supplies condition monitoring, as well as a supplier of laser measuring equipment.
Your level of activity on the acquisitions front during 2013 has been rather moderate, But among those you did make are 2 companies within the area of medical care. Could you tell us more about this and if this is an area you'll be focusing more on in the future?
We started to build up our pharmaceutical technology operations in 2008 and now have 9 companies in this segment in all. This year's acquisition is particularly interesting because they have their own products combined with agency products, which builds a good platform for growth.
And a final question. Indutrade's often seen as a trend indicator due to the wide spread of companies you own. Now, what signals are you getting from the market at the moment?
As we see it, the general manufacturing industry has reached its lowest point and there are signs of growth there, although this varies considerably depending on the customer segments they operate in. The situation within the process industry, which has been holding back on investments, is more positive today compared to last spring. The area that is still showing no sign of growth is that within the forestry-related sector.
And those words from Indutrade's CEO Johnny Alvarsson concludes this presentation. We'll be back on the 17th of February with Indutrade's report for the full year 2013. Do join us then.